Greetings and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Tamika Grael, Balanced Epiphany. Today I want to talk to you about duality and faith. And the reason that I titled it Duality and Faith, not a religious conversation, is because this isn't a religious conversation, but it is about duality and faith. If you remember yesterday, I talked about faith and confidence and different words that people use to describe what is actually faith, because they're harder words, not so soft. Today, I want to talk about duality and faith. Duality for me refers to balance. It should for you too. And it does refer to balance in a lot of things that we read, a lot of things that we study. So the duality of man, the duality of humans involves, and you can look this up in psychiatric magazines, psychology journals. The duality of man involves balancing the light and the dark. If anybody has actually looked at some of the psychological theories, you'll hear things about the shadow self or what lies beneath. Even when Freud talked about the ego, the id, and the superego, there's something that lies beneath. It's also the seen and the unseen, the conscious and the subconscious. It can be thought of as many things, the yin and the yang, so many things. This brings up many emotions, including fear, denial, comfort, and peace. So for a lot of people, when they think about the duality of man and all that it entails, it brings up a lot of things for them, things that they may or may not be ready to deal with. But ultimately, as we deal with ourselves personally, we come to a state of comfort and peace, ultimately, if we allow ourselves to be ourselves. So, might sound like I'm having a completely spiritual conversation, but no, I'm not. It's not completely spiritual. Like I said, there's psychological, scientific basis behind all of these. But I would be remiss if I said there was no spiritual component to it. The concept of duality can actually be seen in everything. Everything has a piece of duality to it. It can be seen on physical, psychological, and spiritual levels. Think about it this way: the balance of work and home life, that's duality. The balance of exercise and rest, that's duality. A balanced diet, there's duality. Balance of emotions and attitudes. This leads to like having emotional intelligence. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It is basically the study of how you and others react, so it helps you actually be able to react and not react is a way to put it. But you get the picture. So at the very deepest level comes faith. At the very deepest level comes faith. And regardless of everything else, including and excluding, I have some notes here, including and excluding everything else, it's important for us to believe that the tools we are given will work and that we can use the tools and gifts correctly to achieve a goal. So in other words, it's best that we believe in ourselves. The biggest tool that you've been given, the greatest tool that you've been given is self. That's a tip. And it's not even Tuesday. I invite you to think about your goals and your tools. Are the goals ones that you want to continue on the pathway to? Are they things that you still desire? Are you just used to desiring them and maybe you need to change them and think about something else? Have you outgrown your goals? As you look at not just your age, but where you are mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and financially, are those goals still the same ones that you want to achieve? And if they are, why? It's important that we think about all those things. Are you using the correct tools or gifts to get to your goal? Remember, you can have a goal, but it takes an action plan and acting on that action to actually make it to the goal. So are those the things that you still want to do? And if so, what is your plan to actually achieving the things that you want to achieve? Do you have the confidence, i.e. faith, in the tools? Do you have the confidence, the faith in you? We live in a universe of unlimited possibilities, yet because we have a right brain and a left brain, and seldom do we put them both together so that we're functioning on whatever's analytical, whatever's straightforward, and whatever's creative at the same time to form a whole picture, we kind of forget about that. So I encourage you today to think about what your goals are, what your plans are. Do you still have the same desires that you had a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Come up with a plan for what you actually desire. Know why you desire it, and and remember that we live in a world of unlimited possibilities. And when we put our right brain and our left brain together and work on a plan and creative ways to reach it, we can be absolutely amazing. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Peace and love.